Do we understand why, before starting this video, I spray perfume on myself as if you can like smell me through the YouTube video? Let's just ignore I said that because I could have just kept quiet. But yeah, this will be my introduction. Alright.
Put that on God when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go home.
Hello guys, I hope you're doing great. So welcome to my next YouTube video, and today we're going to talk about my weight gain journey. I wrote a few questions down to just go through them. I didn't plan anything. I'm not even in the mindset to actually talk about it now because I just decided to start recording the video. So let's see how that goes. This video will focus solely on my weight gain journey. First question is, how come I was on a weight gain journey? Due to stress, I lost weight. Losing weight was over a longer period because I would say the most intense months were January, February, March, April. Like these 3 to 4 months are pretty intense because I just had a lot going on. Not just usual work stress, but also personal issues, family stress. We had a lot going on the family base. Me not being home often enough to actually, eat. The thing is, if I'm like outside, I try not to like eat out that much. And that's how I stopped buying a lot of food outside. And that's also the reason why it led me to ignore that I was hungry when I was outside and to just skip a few meals as I just got used to it. And then I started working. My shifts were 11 hours long, and during that time we couldn't really get out to just like have a normal lunch break, so I could like only snack. This led me to also lose more weight because I didn't eat proper meals. And if you know me, then you know that I'm quite an eater, so my metabolism is really good. That means that I'm actually hungry every 2 to 3 hours. So I'm blessed by that and I'm not complaining about it. But in the time where I was losing weight and couldn't maintain my weight, having a very good metabolism was kind of a, bad thing in that case. It meant, okay, I ate something and a few hours later I was hungry again, and my stomach just got used to this, okay, I'm hungry feeling, and I just ignored it. And this also, like, our body is connected. And this also made a shift in my mind. Like each time I was hungry, I was just ignoring it. And all of that, so it's because of stress. I didn't have enough time to meal prep or cook something. Then when I was at work, I could just snack. Then also, very honest, didn't have like enough money to like buy food for like the amount of food I need to eat to like gain weight again. It's not that I couldn't like buy food, but if you're on a weight gain journey, and this is where I'm going to dive into a little bit later, 3 meals a day isn't enough. So you would have to snack in between. I don't like eating the same thing day on and day off. I'm just not that type of girl. Went totally over my budget to just fill the gaps and fill these 5 meals a day. So yes, basically to like gain weight, to eat 5 times a day. And of course breakfast, then after breakfast, snack, which mainly was my pre-workout snack. Then after working out, it was lunch. After lunch, it was then either a protein shake or just something else. So my post-workout snack, and then dinner. Next question. How was I doing mentally? I really talk about it, guys. It was dark. No, kidding, but also not kidding. I wasn't in my best mental state, to be honest. I I was mad on myself because I was the reason why I was at that point, you know? So for me, like at the beginning, I literally didn't even realize I was losing weight. I like work out regularly. I didn't have to pay a lot of attention to what I'm eating. So I was just eating and working out and working out, eating, working out. So it was a balance. It was a period where all of a sudden I was trying on my jeans and realized, oh, okay, they're not sitting as they used to. And the tip of the iceberg, I would say, was when I put on my skinny jeans and they were loose on me. Like literally my skinny jeans, as the name says, were skinny on me and fit my body type, were loose on me. So I always had to like, you know, pull up my pants and all that and like even on my ankles, they were a bit wider. But during that time, I was pretty shook and I couldn't handle it. I was like, okay, so I lost that amount of weight, which led me to being underweight now because I weighed under 50 kg. I'm not that tall, so it's not even saying that you like weigh under 50 kg, but I was definitely underweight. I guess I weighed like 47 or 46.5, so just way below 50 kg. And all my clothes, like even my clothes, like sweatshirts, I mean, it was winter in Hamburg, so during that time from January to April, it was like obviously colder, so I could like wear a bit looser tops or sweatshirts or whatever. That was okay, but when it came to my pants, my jeans, everything, I struggled. Like none of my pants that fitted perfectly fit me anymore. I had to buy new pants, like literally new jeans, and had to go from my regular size, which is XS to XXS, and had to wear leggings. And I was just, you know, it was a tough experience just for me, and this is where I realized how important it is to like keep track of your well-being. Honestly, the reason why I came to this weight loss thing is because I neglected myself, let stress, drama, work, and everything else be more important and more relevant than my well-being, than my mental health. So like eating, I thought eating isn't as important anymore. So mentally, I was horribly depressed. I wasn't depressed, but I was just really upset. Didn't feel like myself. Really grateful for my body type. I often get compliments for my like for my physique. The time where I just couldn't wear anything because I didn't even see a shape around my legs, it was just freaking frustrating. I didn't feel like myself. And I would go that far by even saying I didn't even feel feminine. And that's, I don't want to sound dramatic because of course I wasn't like underweight, because there are people that are way worse and they feel way worse. Talking from my experience, how I felt, and I'm just being honest about it. I didn't feel feminine. I didn't feel like I was in my skin anymore. And I was just waiting for the time where my jeans fit again. I was waiting for the time where I also, all my life, I was always tired. I was always drained, no matter how much I slept. So, okay, next question. How long was I underweight? Yes, I answered the question in the beginning, but it was like 3 to 4 months. And trust me, these 3 to 4 months felt like eternity. It felt like forever. I also didn't measure my progress somehow. Mentally, I was somehow in a pessimistic space where I didn't even want to do before and after pictures, because I just thought, okay, this is my new reality. So that's it. I'm just going to completely buy a new wardrobe, what I almost did. Be okay with me being a bit more skinnier and having to work out extra as hard to like get the physique that I want. Talking about working out, guys, it was also quite a huge issue why I also lost more weight and why I struggled on maintaining my weight, because I was on my episode of actually bulking. And bulking, if you don't know, it's like in fitness, really you have to eat a lot of protein, and then you would also train as much. So training will be like 4 to 5 times a week. Of course, if you're bulking, then after a while it will happen that you gain more fat, because obviously you're trying to work on you gaining more weight, and then also this leads to you having more fat, which after the bulking phase comes the definition phase, where you would actually cut, or the cutting phase, where you would cut down all the fat and just tone up. It was like the episode I was having. I was like, okay, you know, I'm underweight now. Let's start my bulking journey, man. I mean, I'm going to eat 5 times a day, protein based, all of that, and then I'm going to work out 4 to 5 times a week, which I literally did while I was underweight. And y'all, my friend, shout out to my girl, you know that I'm talking about you. But seriously, she was always like, what the heck are you doing? You are literally self-sabotaging. You are struggling to gain weight, and you're still working out 4 to 5 times a week, but not just regular workouts. I was lifting and always going beyond my limits, because I was thinking, okay, I'm on a bulking journey. I'm eating a lot of protein, so let me work out as much. But that literally was a mental escape. Sports, fitness, working out, everything like that was always medicine to me. It was always my balance, my therapy. And the season where I was underweight, I obviously wasn't in the best mental state, so I wanted to escape from that. I didn't want to think about it, and I tried to compensate, but by trying to compensate, I made it even worse. So I literally had to step down on working out that much, which sounds so dramatic, I know, but I hope you still get me, because I'm not trying to be like dramatic and say, oh my god, like working out is my life and I cannot like not work out a single day with that. Not realizing, okay, my friend oftentimes had to sit me down and be like, girl, what are you doing? And I just wanted to ignore it. Like a little child, I was like, no. I was just stubborn. I was like, no, I don't want to give that up too. I mean, you know how much I'm giving up right now in my life, in basically all areas, relationship-wise, financially, then spiritually, then also, you know, all those things physically too, of course. And I was like, okay, so I would also have to give up fitness, like working out, seriously? So what am I left with? Oh, myself. Okay, cool. That was how I was thinking and feeling and acting and reacting and procrastinating and pushing it off until I just got to a point where when I remember the day where I was working out. I had food poisoning 2 days before that. No, not even 2 days. I had food poisoning a day before that. And I recovered, I ate something, I was like, okay, cool, you know, still underweight, had food poisoning, so I had to vomit, all that. And I thought, yeah, okay, I mean, I just had breakfast, let me go to the gym, because I skipped the last day, you know? So I was working out, and I was completely dizzy the whole freaking time. And then I just realized, okay, girls, stop. This needs to end right now. You are self-sabotaging. That's how I reduced my working out time from 5 times a week. Some days I always go to dance classes. I'm not just doing 1 class, I'm doing 3 classes in a row. So it was like cardio, cardio, cardio. Me, underweight, skinny, being like, all right, let's do another course. Let's lose even more weight, hey. And not even eat in between, because, you know, it's course after course after course. Y'all get me, you know? I mean, 5 times a week, meaning 4 times gym and the 5th time dancing, I reduced it to 3 times in a week. 2 times gym and 1 time, like once in a week dancing. And it helped. Of course it helped. It helped a lot. I wasn't happy about it because I was frustrated. I had to like fill my time otherwise, and just made it way harder for myself than it had to be, because it's just, you know, you're missing out on working out for yourself, but you're actually mad about it. though you're doing yourself a favor, you know? So I really had to like step on my own toes and be like, girl, just stop being childish, stop that behavior, because you're not going anywhere with that. Couldn't maintain my weight. I thought, okay, now I just reduce my working out schedule. I'm eating more, spiritually taking care of myself, spending more time with God, reading the Bible, also just, you know, being in the spirit also. I was balancing these three things right now. So I was like, okay, I'm on a better way, but it's a journey, you know, journeys, like one day is good, the next one can be catastrophic. And that was the case for me. You know, one day was really good and the next day I was like, oh, I just don't want, no, I'm giving up. I don't know. I just don't know. Things weren't made easy for me, you know? You could say, okay, you're battling in this one field. Okay, so you're just battling in this one field. So let her like struggle with that one thing. But no, I was attacked like from everywhere, like from each side. I also had to mentally be aware of what is happening in my environment, in my life, and also at the same time where I was really struggling with my business because I didn't make the progress that I wanted to see. I didn't see like financial outcomes that I wanted, and I just felt freaking stuck, man. I just felt stuck. I had to like rethink my way of living, this digital nomad lifestyle, and I had it and I was unhappy with it because I couldn't handle the amount of freedom, like time freedom I had, even though it was everything I worked for the last 3 years. All of a sudden I was sitting there and I was like, I don't want to have complete freedom and structure and willpower on how my day goes anymore. All of a sudden, I just woke up and felt like that, and I was like, okay, seriously, so another issue now. I wasn't happy with my lifestyle that I worked so hard for. That's why maintaining my weight was a struggle, because I had like all these other battles that I had to fight at the same time. It wasn't just paying attention that I eat enough. It was everything. Week, it was just like really going upwards. These jeans are fitting a bit more. They're not that loose, but you know, I'm getting there. You know, I was feeling like I'm getting there. Keep going, sis, keep going. I was hyping myself, like to my friend, look, I'm making progress. She was hyping me too. And then the next week, a lot of stress came by and it just hit me again. And then I was like, not eating, but just not eating as much as I should to like maintain my weight. It's really therapeutic to talk about it, guys. I'm really grateful that you actually asked for me to do a video on this topic. That just made me realize, seriously, we all have problems and we always think that we're going through them alone, but there are so many people that are going through similar things. It's really important to just talk about certain things because people will feel heard and will feel seen, and I really hope that I'm not like finished with the video yet. I guess we're just halfway through, but I just really hope that you actually feel seen and heard, and just know that seriously, you're not alone. Everything that happens in your life in this moment, first off, happens for a reason. Even if it's a dark season, it happens for a reason. You have to go through this dark valley to come to light. Life isn't all about highs. No matter how you're doing mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, relationship-wise, just know it's a period. It's not meant to be like this forever. Even though you have thoughts like, okay, it has always been like this in the past. Okay, the past can also be part of the period, you know? So nothing is like destined to be like it is. You still have the power to change things. If you're not happy with your life, you have the power to change your lifestyle, your behavior, yourself, with the help of God, of course. You're not destined to live a life you resent, that you just don't feel happy living in. Life is way too precious, and it's a gift for us to make the best out of it and not just to live and coexist, basically. Oh, okay. So the question, was stress really the trigger? Yes, Stress was really the trigger of me losing weight. Stress was like the main trigger. It just resulted everything. Next question, how did I gain weight? Now let's talk about the weight gaining. How I gained weight was through consistent eating, because you're just not really fully energized because you skip meals and you don't eat the right nutrition, which is also a whole nother topic. And also being really conscious and aware of what you're putting into your body. I of course had to double on eating carbs, and I mean, I'm laughing about myself. Seriously, I'm laughing about myself. I'm also like really aware of what I put into my body. A period where I shouldn't like think about, okay, is this actually really healthy enough? I was always weighing, okay, so I know vegetables are good, but the vegetables in the supermarket aren't that healthy because they put things into it. So I mean, I cannot, like, I don't want to go really deep into this rabbit hole with you. The food in our supermarkets are really just not it, even the healthy food. And with that in the back of my mind, I was like really lazy. Almost didn't want to go grocery shopping because I was like, no matter what I'm eating, it's not even healthy. That period, I just couldn't allow myself much to skip certain things only because I assume it's not really healthy. Like for example, all these processed food, frozen food, I don't know, just food that they claim it to be meat and they put it in the freezer. Always avoided that section. The only things I picked out of the frozen food section was vegetables. Frozen meat stuff, chicken wings, chicken nuggets and all that, I couldn't eat it. My dad forced me to eat those things, and I don't want to sound ungrateful or dramatic because of course there are people that they wish they would have the struggle that I have or had. Shutting myself up and being like, stop being so picky, Martina. Just eat. Just eat and be grateful that you have something in your stomach and that you're getting closer to you gaining weight again. That's how I also started eating a bit uncleaner than I've used to. You have to eat a lot of protein, and protein is not necessarily only meat. You can also eat other vegetables that are protein based. I drink protein shakes every day. I made myself smoothie. Each time I worked out, I ate a protein bar, or if I didn't have a protein bar with me, I usually had my protein shake when I was at home. Protein, protein, protein. You have to consume and inhale protein if you're on a weight gain journey. Pinterest helped me a lot. I was looking for recipes, nutrition lists of protein and high protein meals. I also bought a lot of high protein things, high protein pudding, yogurt, so I ate that for breakfast, for example, or as a dessert. Believe it or not, being consistent with working out. Gaining weight should lead into you being overweight at the end of the time. You would still have to balance it, and by balancing it, you would still have to work out. Working out doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to the gym each time. You could go for a run. You could walk a few miles a day. You can just do a home workout like regularly. It's all about consistency, and that's what I learned through this journey too. Just minimize it. Everything is connected, that our body and our thoughts are one and connected. So if you are gaining weight, you would also have to pay attention to how you're doing mentally, spiritually too, because I had this one chart. Oh, I don't know if it's in a book that I read. Well, I found it and I hope it still makes sense. I'm just going to show it to you and I hope. Yeah. 4 interior empires. Mindset, meaning psychology, heart set, emotionality, soul set, meaning spirituality, and health set, your physicality. Without one, the other doesn't work. If you have a good mindset and maybe also a good heart set, you would still have to have a good spirituality, a soul set, and a good physicality to have a balance in life. You can have the best physique, you can eat healthy, you can be a top athlete, but if you're spiritually dead, basically because you have a really toxic and draining lifestyle, you party a lot, you're social, but your social circle consists of people really being superficial and you don't really have deep and meaningful relationships with people, and don't even have a partner, don't have a good relationship with your family, this area in your life still has to be in balance too, in order for you to have a whole and balanced life. That's why I was struggling a bit more and just, trying to gain weight, because I had to work on my spirituality a lot, on my mindset. So my emotions, I had to control my emotions. Thank goodness for therapy. I'm going to therapy for over a year now, and it has helped me, of course. And I advise everyone to seek a therapist. You do not have to be a psycho. You do not have to have huge problems. You don't even have to have a crisis in life, but just someone who objectively sits there and just listens to you on like your perspective, on your way of thinking, your thinking pattern. Because we're conditioned from day one. We're literally, since we're born, we're being conditioned from day one. And the things that you're being conditioned with are belief systems from other people. You just inherit them. But if this belief system that you've been raised with is actually toxic and is actually blocking you another life span or another life area, then the therapist would actually put light on that area and just highlight, I get what you're saying. You are always complaining how, for example, people are really greedy. How come? Something like that, just like small things. Everyone needs a therapist, period. That's why I'm just so highly supportive on talking all things mental health. Oh, you claim to have a perfect life on Instagram. You don't. You have issues too. I just want to push myself more out of my comfort zone and talking about those things, because of course I'm uncomfortable talking about my issues. I'm uncomfortable saying that I've gone through a period where I was like really unhappy with my life. But it has to be said because other people can relate and feel heard and seen. Was I consistent? Yes, I forced myself to be consistent because I made it a habit. To be consistent, or the other question, how do you motivate yourself? It's not about motivation. Motivation is an illusion in my eyes because it comes and goes. It's there for a while, or it just seems to be there, but it's like you can imagine just a floating thing without roots. It's there for a while, but then it can just, or just let it fly away, something like that. Motivation just isn't meant to stay there forever. It's just there for a certain time for you to see it and be like, yeah, now I'm motivated. Consistency and building habits are the real things that actually help you in all things. So, tips for weight gain journey. Everything that I did, I will just sum it up. Please, guys, realize losing weight also means that you're losing something in another realm. In the spiritual realm, in the physical realm, of course, in the emotional realm, you're losing something, and that's how your body actually makes it noticeable to you that season where you're not doing well. So you would have to pay attention. What are you going through? How are you feeling? How are you eating? Do you work out? Do you work out too much? Do you try to overcompensate like I used to? Do you try to avoid things like I also used to? Just sit down and be honest with yourself. You would have to do a lot of mental work during this period, I'm telling you. And I'm warning you at the same time because it's mental work. You are partly torturing yourself because you're forcing yourself to think about what is wrong with you and what you're avoiding. And we don't want to do that because we're comfortable beings. Trying to gain weight, you would have to be uncomfortable with yourself. You have to be real with yourself in order to come forward in life. Regular checkups on your mental health. Then, of course, working out, creating a workout schedule. Of course, also check in on your spirituality. Where are you? What are your belief systems? What are you letting in or into your life? What are you allowing? What are you holding back? All of those things. Seriously, be honest with yourself. Only like this you're going to help yourself. You deserve to take that time for yourself. I'm so happy at where I am right now. Cherish the moments where I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, damn, I gained weight first, but I'm also getting closer to the physique that I want. Even though now I'm quite well at maintaining my weight. I don't force myself to push that much and go work out very, very often. I'm like still in this balance because I realize it's never about overdoing things. No matter if you're in a good state or not, it's never about overdoing things. So if you're in a good state, stay like that. Keep doing the good things that you've done before. Things that you now made a habit which helped you, which were beneficial to you, keep them. I hope this video is not too long, guys. But I really, really hope this has inspired you on so many levels. I didn't give you a meal plan. I didn't give you a nutrition plan because I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just sharing my experience, what I went through, and how it helped me. And now how I'm doing. Of course, mentally I'm better. I'm also in my business career wise getting better and better and more happier because just these other 4 realms are coming in together. I hope this has inspired and encouraged you. If you feel like this message needs to be seen by someone else, please feel free to share. And of course, give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for the next time when I upload. And of course, if you have any video suggestions, just let me know in the comment box below. And you're loved, you're seen. Until next time, then bye.
Catch a break, give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your